Alrighty, we're back. We are back playing Elden Ring. We built the last 5 trees that we needed to build last stream before we ended. So we are starting at Nile. That is whom we need to kill. Can't level up. I have enough strength now to natively wield my weapons. I think the next step is to get Vig up to 60. Alright, brother. Calm the freak down. Hi. Nile's Nile, so, you know, this could, ooh! Alright, birds are birds. They are the greater threat. This is why we need 60 Vig. Probably should have gone 60 Vig before natively wielding. But that's fine. Woo! That was close. That was close. Oh. I love getting bullied by these guys. You please die. Thank you. I would really like to. I would really love if me spamming the dodge button backwards would actually dodge backwards. That would be amazing. That would be freaking lovely if you did that. Sometimes I want to put a microphone on my controller so you can hear how much I'm just pressing the buttons. Literally. Spamming it. Works now. I don't know, am I in that much stun lock that the game is denying me to dodge? This is what confuses me every time. I don't understand how the game works when it comes to this kind of stuff. Because it feels like I should be able to do something. And it's disallowing me. Get my Lord of Bloods, eh? Alright. Oh, wow, that's in range. Now everything is in range. Come on, man. Let me dodge away. Well, I'm surprised that only one tree out of that ordeal is not bad. Yeah, we're just gonna level health. Gonna focus on leveling health. I got hit so many times just trying to run away and dodge away. Because there were so many AoE attacks. Area of effect. And I don't know the game well enough to know exactly how big those are, so... But, gentlemen, I got that. That's what I needed. And I need the other hunt. So I need to go to Albus. Kill Albus. Get the other half of the Haligtree medallion. And then... right over there. Then we need to kill the Erdtree avatar that is in Consecrated. And gentlemen, with that, we will have the full build. That Erdtree avatar shouldn't be bad, but also maybe it's gonna be bad. I don't know. Should I get fire to you know, fight it better, or like okay, where am I? Where's the what? Is it over here? Yeah, faster. No, that's the... I'm lost. Alright. I guess we're going the normal way. There's a skip. I think it's on the other side. I'm thinking, yeah, there's another way to get here. To get up from the other side. From back that way. Okay. That's why I was confused. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good. We got it figured out. I just knew he'd be a problem if I didn't kill him, so... Oh, Albus! Sorry, me boy. Need that. Alright. I need to ban that word. Stream boo. Because that's the one I see most commonly. I hoisted the wrong medallion. Try that again. And once we get this crystal tier, we can then... Alright, hoist secret medallion. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We can then start just ripping remembrances. It is crazy to think how few remembrances I've killed. We've only killed 5. I think I'm gonna kill, after I get the tier, I'm gonna kill Fire Giant. And after Fire Giant, we can then go to Faroum to kill Godskin. And that's gonna give us access. Just gonna get this and run. I'm gonna try to follow this path as best I can, so I can. Oh, there's a Grace right here. I never knew that. I've never seen it. Oh, hello, buddy. Oh, I'm all the way over here. Wow. Alright. This is not the way. Oh, but that's the map. So never mind. This was the way. I thought the map was much further in. Okay. I don't think I've ever fought this tree before, so. Now, yeah, if I could do fire damage, we'd be looking pretty good. So we want to go up there. What am I looking at when it comes to fire damage? What can we do? I don't think I have the red hot wet blade. I don't know if I grabbed it. No, I did not. Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit of side quest just because I love watching the boss health bar melt. So I'm going to grab the red hot wet blade. And with that, we can also grab the scorpion charm. Now, we're pretty high level right now. Yeah, there is a burden abductor right over here, so I want to be a little careful. Climbing up here does nothing. I'm just trying to get to a safe spot where I can. Alright, that works too. Right as the guy was pulling his sword. Alright. Oh. That's fine. Yeah, I think I'm a little stronger than you are. Okay. And then we want to get the Fire Scorpion Charm as well as the Flaming Shroud Cracked here for the extra fire damage. But we'll get the other ones first. So that... Yeah, because fire cracked tears at this tree. Believe. Yeah, it's this way. Yeah. I want to go this way. don't think I'm gonna need nor want the lightning scorpion charm. I don't think I'm gonna need lightning damage again. Can't think of a boss where that would be useful. Whoa. Hey there, bub. How you doing? This also gives us a golden seed, which I'll take. I know, I'm gonna pass Prelate's Infernal Crozier. It's tempting not to get it. We like Crouch R1 Demon. But I'm kind of driving with the jump attack build, you know? It's kind of working. It's kind of working for us. So I'm not opposed to the fire. Or to the jumps, you know? It's working quite well for us. So I'll take it. Now we howdy, welcome in, Damon. Oh jeez. Alright, well, I thought you wanted to actually have a conversation about anime. I'm not wearing my shirt that says it, but no. I'm not interested in. Oh shoot, I don't have an Ash of War that I can put on this. No. I already have a graphic designer that I'm well acquainted with, so I don't need you in any way. Let's buy an Ash of War from Bernasty. Mine as well, right? Alright, well, Bernasticus isn't here, so that's a little rough. I need. Ooh. What Ash of War can I put on this Twin Blades that I can get? Maybe this one? That's up here by this guy? That could be good. Tree said I don't think can blade. I don't think they can. Got determination. Alright, brother. Yeah, man. That's what I was trying to do that whole time. Absolutely trying to put a little marker right there. Yeah, so I'm doing it too fast. I need to wait for the map to actually appear before I can use Y, because it doesn't register that I hit the button Y. Okay. I don't know why I necessarily came to round table, it didn't matter, but I just knew I could get here fast. Doesn't matter. So I should be able to put Determination on here with, we'll do Flame Art, because that does more damage. Scales better with Dex, actually. Funnily enough, it forces the scale. Interesting. The scaling changes on both of these. These are max level for what we have access to, so that's fire. Both those are fire. Put that on instead, which will give us increased fire damage. Now we just need the tier to further increase fire damage. I don't think any armor pieces increase fire damage, but I wouldn't know where to get them anyways. Alright. I don't like having to walk through dog-ridden territory, so if I can... I don't know, this isn't the way to avoid it. Alright. Doesn't look like I have much of a choice. Alright, cool story, pal. Let's go ahead and just get this Site of Grace. This is closer. This is easier to move from. Just to reset our health. Alright. To the tree. Don't need... Sorry, that's a different marker for a different thing. Wish me luck, gentlemen. Alright. Good start. Fire damage is doing good. Fire damage is doing really good. Fire damage is smoking right now. Alright. Back to Consecrated. I didn't even drink the physics. Fire damage is looking really good. Alright. So. Yeah, we'll keep Dex. Put in Fire. Alright, gentlemen. This is Consecrated Snowfield scaling, so this is going to be more dangerous than usual. I really don't know how to get up there. That's going to be kind of a problem. Let me get Ordina. Get that Grace. While I'm here. It probably is closer as well, so that's good. And don't forget, we have one tree that we've got to build. So... I guess just, yeah, keep going this way. Hey, man, don't barf at me, man. Okay. There's also a putrid. Bro got schmooved. Bro actually got schmooved. Insane. There it is. Thorny cracked tier, gentlemen. That's exactly what we want. Alright, just to get out of harm's way. We can swap back over to the bleed build and kill Fire Giant. We have everything now. We can also juice health. I want to get to that. Wonderful. So now we can put in Thorny Crack tier, makes consecutive attacks grow stronger. So we can go ahead and put on Twinned Knight. I believe we want Seppuku. And on Godskin Peeler, we want Blood Slash. For maximum. It's interesting because Blood Twinned scales with strength, and this guy scales with not strength. Got a very nice bleed build setup going. Go ahead and put Lord of Bloods. And, yeah. Two Fire Giant, gentlemen. We want to get, our next thing to get is, alright, brother. We can grab it later. I wanna send Fire Giant. The build is kind of schmoovin'. Alright, dude. Oh, I wasn't anticipating. I did not know what he was doing. So, I was waiting for the ball to explode, and he immediately went from ball exploding to lighting the entire ground on fire. Yeah. Alright, so we're at 2 trees. What? What? What do you mean? Stop this. Thank you. Alright, I thought I could jump over that. Alright, I couldn't dodge fast enough. Alright, dodged too soon. Alright, didn't know there was a second attack. I finally dodged something correctly. Alright, I am just playing very poorly. Yeah, man. Can I... Alright, I am trying to press the button. It's annoying when you literally can physically feel your fingers pressing a button in and nothing's happening. And then you're just sitting there like, why? It's doing the wrong actions at the wrong times, you know what I mean? I see low health, so I panic and try to heal. But I need to not panic, so I can dodge, so then I actually have a window to heal. Because my problem... What the heck? What do you mean that wasn't... What? Because my issue is I'm panicking, and then trying to heal, and it's not working out for me. I'm gonna drink this beforehand. You're gonna do your fire thing. Right? I'm gonna wait for it. Right? So we wait for it. Oh, shoot. Seriously? Oh, shoot. Run! How did I not get hit by fire there? I don't know. Let's just gonna do double ball. Oh, I got hit. What is that? I've seen that. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. What are 3 trees? I think we're at 3 trees. Yeah, twice to Fire Giant, 1 to Nile. Gentlemen, holy. Holy. That was something. 3 trees for that. I mean, that was only our, yeah, that was only our second one. Holy, alright, well, man. That was something. Alright, just 4 more levels. 4 more levels and we can start leveling dexterity to get, damage up. Which would be really nice. Oh boy. Knees are being needed to crack. Let's go to Faroum. We got 3 trees that we need to build. Alright, gentlemen. Please, Torrent, calm down. Don't ask me why I healed that. Well, okay. I knew Torrent was really low on health, but I forgot that I had rested, so it reset. I mean, it's not going to matter, because we're going to... Alright, I'm scared Torrent's going to run off the edge, and I'm going to die. Oh, boy. I think maybe I need to turn my camera sensitivity back up. Or, like, up more. I turned it up a little bit, but I might need to go more. Because I'm noticing in pro gameplay, they don't use the, you know, so let's go to setting. Camera speed. Oh, yeah, that feels good. 7 feels good. I'm quietly watching. Oh, another one. Got the double whammy. No. Why not just be a viewer, you know what I'm saying? We got the graphic designer, then we got the support your channel as a loyal female fan. Holy gentlemen, I've got a loyal female fan. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. We're gonna kill Godskin Duo. After Godskin Duo, probably be our coat crack. We've got a new one. We're gonna make an Instagram about it. It's gonna taste like a regular Coke, but the shape of the bottle's funny. And it's, I think, gonna make kind of a funny Instagram. So, kind of excited for that one. And then, yeah, we're in Faroum, gentlemen. Faroum itself. We gotta kill Godskin Duo. Get the bell bearing. Max upgrade. And, yeah. We do kind of want to pick up 8s and stuff, like 7s and 8s. Because, of course, the more 7 and 8s that we pick up, the faster we can upgrade, the less money we have to spend on upgrade mats themselves. Which is good. Please don't kill me. These frickers, man. Hello, ancient dragon. Goodbye, ancient dragon. I'd say worth. The 8's worth. These smithing 8s are very, very good. Very good indeed. That's not important. Frick, dude. These guys are really annoying, man. They keep running at me while I'm trying to get a grace. Calm the frick down, brother. Awesome. You know what kills me? Not one of the beastmen, just me walking off the edge. Me literally slipping and falling off of the edge. Granted, if I didn't get hit so many times, I probably wouldn't be so off-kilter. Me healing because I knew I needed to heal but didn't have the time to, so I did it right there. Gentlemen, I'm healing in advance. We're at 4 trees just simply because idiot hit me. Please don't fall off the edge again. Alright, thank you. Please don't fall off the edge again. Thank you. Number 9 doesn't matter. Four trees before even getting to Godskin is not good. Godskin is not good. Okay. We finally made it. To the Godskin duo fight. Yippee. Oh, wow. Forgot you were skinny. I'm panicking. I'm panicking. I'm panicking! Oh, that's so annoying. I just kept rolling until eventually the attack was done so I get a heal and I just panicked, dude. The worst is when you know you're panicking and you still panic. I just needed to not dodge. I'd run backwards, anything. 5 trees. And I killed Skinny quite quickly, too, which was really good. Alright, brother. I don't even know what happened there. I pressed the dodge button. I guess I was stun locked. 6 trees. This is why sleep pots are very important. Make this fight so much easier. So much less annoying. Because you really do have to get lucky. Unfortunately. Let's get some distance. back to you. I tried so hard. Just wait it out. I honestly didn't know what he was doing there. Oh! I'm out of stamina. Out of stam. Alright, that was... Hold on, let me get some distance. Maybe distance wasn't good, yeah. Alright, holy. The build pops off, gentlemen. The build pops off. Holy. Gentlemen. Gentlemen. The build pops off. Okay. We're not going to level ourselves because we need to upgrade ourselves. We're at 5 trees. I actually am kind of surprised that we're only at 5 trees. I feel like we should be at way more. Way more trees, for sure. So, I need 24 of everything. So we already have 1. So we need 23 of you. And 21 of you. We have... Oh, I already used Fire Giant Remembrance. Frick. Okay. Okay. We're basically... We're one away from max upgrade. I'm gonna grab the upgrades right now. I know our 2 Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones are. So we can get max. And we can sell some of our stuff off. When we get max upgrades, that's when I will take a break to grab myself something to drink. Seriously? Seriously? What? Okay. That was annoying. I don't even know how that happened. Or why I was flying in that direction in the first place. Alright. Don't do it again. Imagine dying on a skip that's really hard to die on, because why would you be dying on it? Alright, that's 6 trees simply because of that. Because I jumped off the edge of the cliff. For some reason. These birds are actually kind of scary. Alright. Man. Okay, while we're in this menu, let's go ahead and do a flask as well. And we want to go to consecrated as well. We got to pay a visit to Theo. Just kidding. We don't have to kill him. We just have to collect. I'm vibing with this build right now. When I get max upgrade, all right, I'm excited to take on Moog. If I'm honest, because Moog is weak to bleed, and this build is going to melt his health bar. Absolutely melt it. Hello, Theo. Don't pull something on me and like. Gentlemen, he's pulling something on me. Okay. We don't have enough to upgrade. Well, we might. We might have enough money to upgrade. We'll see. And then we'll build 6 trees. That might honestly be enough. That is enough. Gentlemen, we have max upgrade weapons. Okay. So now it's remembrance hunting time. The question is, which remembrance do I go for next? We have 5. We've killed Radon, Godric, Morgott, Renala, and Deer. Rykard probably wouldn't be bad to kill. We have Estelle, who doesn't bleed. We have Moog. We do have access to Moog. We do have access to Moog. We also have Fortisax, which we can go Sewer Moog or Valiant Gargs. I feel like Sewer Moog. I've never gone that way, so I'm tempted to go that way. I think I'm gonna do Fortisax next. So I'm just gonna set myself up over here. We'll do Fortisax next, and we're going to get to Deep Root Depths via Sewer Moog. There's a way to do it. I don't fully know what it is, but we're gonna swap over to Minecraft. And I'm also going to get myself something to drink. It might be a couple of minutes before I actually get back. Let me click a button. It's just easier that way. Pop goes the weasel. Alright. And I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I almost forgot to unmute. Gentlemen, it's a ball of Coke, I guess. It tastes better than a regular bottle, which is interesting. Quite good. Quite good indeed. All right. 6 trees, gentlemen. That's what we have to do. 6 trees. Gotta build a forest. All right, look at that. I'm already prepared. Let's just jump right into it. Look at the forest, gentlemen. It's growing. I've also noticed that the thumbnail is like back when I had like very few trees. These guys. Good. Back when I had like very few trees. So now we have like a lot more. And I may want to update it, but at the same time that kind of spoils it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because of course, the whole thing is how many times have I died, right? I don't know. It feels like a little like a mini spoiler for the video. Oh, gentlemen, we are recording. Don't worry, gentlemen. I remember to record, but we do want to put flashback on. Again, not that I'm going to use the flashback for a time lapse per se, because again, not as interesting when you're doing the same thing over and over again. So we're probably gonna just pop it into existence. So actually, yeah, we're gonna retcon our things. We're gonna just do that from now on. I think that'll yield better results overall. I think so. I don't know what I'm talking about, gentlemen. I feel, yeah, I'm talking nonsense over here. Don't know what it is. All right, today I feel it's so much easier to. There's 2 of them. That's crazy. I didn't realize that 2 of them could spawn at the same time. I didn't know the game. I didn't know the game was coded like that. Kind of crazy. Just pop this out, pop that out, bring this in, pop that out. Yeah, kind of get funky with it, eh? I get funky with it. So I started season 2 of House of Dragon. It's losing me to begin with, but granted, season 1 was losing me around the exact same time frame. However, now that I've watched season 1, I obviously have the draw of the events that had transpired. And now the writing, I don't know, some decisions that were made are kind of mid. Like it's weird. It's almost as if they have their team of writers. It's almost as if one of them kind of controls the flow. And so they say, all right, we're going to do it like this. The rest of them are like, okay, so they're all really good. Those rest of them are really good at what they do. So the writing, is pretty good. And, like, the storytelling is really good. They make it work. But that one guy, he's like, nah, we're going to do this. This is how it's going to be. This is where the story is going to go. And they're like, all right, well, we kind of have to work with it. So they're like, I feel like it almost reads like they're doing the best that they can with the work that they have. Because they've made, I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say anything specific, but just like some of the decisions they decided to do, I personally am not a huge fan of. Like, I kind of wish they didn't do that. But they did. And now I'm sitting here, and I just kind of have to deal with it. What else am I supposed to do, It's kind of unfortunate, to say the least, Because it was going, the going was going, and now it's kind of fallen off a little bit. I'm gonna be real. So, interest in the show is waning a little bit. If I'm being honest, it is waning a wee bit because it's losing me in these storytelling ideas that they're trying to do. And I don't even know if it's necessarily good or bad storytelling as much as it's just the decisions that go into it. Because again, they're making it like, now that I'm thinking about it in hindsight, the events that take place are making like the event A takes place. So now all of the events following make sense in accordance with the primary event. But it almost feels like rather than thinking of a really cool way to get there, they're like, all right, let's do this. That should work. And I don't know, it doesn't feel as good and as clever because it's like, oh, okay, you're gonna do that, which is it's gonna force this to happen now because, well, it obviously has to happen that way. And like, okay, it makes sense that you're gonna do, okay. Like, that's kind of the vibes that are going on right now. Where it doesn't feel like it's clever as much as it's like, okay, you're making it, some parts are cool. I admit, I honestly didn't see this coming, like this necessarily happening, but now that it's happened, it's like, okay, yeah, they're gonna do that. I don't know. So we'll see how episode 3 goes. Episode 3 might lose me. Maybe. I don't have a good track record of maintaining interest in things. I tend to get disinterested in stuff all the time, and that's why I'm not a huge fan of watching movies. I get bored too quickly with the movie. They're just not interesting enough. Which is why I want to make movies. Because I want to make movies I actually would want to watch. Because right now, I don't want to watch the movies. Now, most of that is due to legitimate bad storytelling. Disney. What? Sorry. Ugh. Sorry. Something got caught in my throat there. That's way better. But, just like genuine bad storytelling. And like, sure, there's not like a whole lot you can do against that. And some creatives just kind of have to exist there. And who knows? Maybe I will one day direct a terrible movie just because the story writing of said movie was just not good. But I'm getting paid, and like for the most part, I don't care that much what kind of movies I would direct. Like I'm not like not going to direct a movie for specific reason. Actually, I want to swap that out for that. You know what I mean? I'm not really gonna go in that direction. There isn't necessarily a specific reason why I wouldn't direct the movie. I don't think. I'm getting quite happy with these trees. They're getting way more consistent, which is really nice. So I'm having to like I'm honestly not really looking at them when I fly away. Like I do fly away to look at, okay, what did I just build? But like at this point, I don't need to. They all look good. Like they're all looking really good. So I don't actually feel like I need to check my work as often. Which is good. That's a good place to be. That's a good place to be. I tell you what. That's where you want to be. You want to be in the position where you don't have to worry about whether or not something's going to look good or not, because you've already developed a style and a pattern. Granted, again, the style's not mine, but you've at least the workflow, you've gotten into it where it's like you know that what you're making is gonna look good without really having to think about it too harshly. It's like, all right, this is going to work the way I want it to. Gentlemen, that's a good place to be. Again, most of that is helps to B-dubs for designing such a wonderful tree. I'm basically pulling a Mumbo here, But right now, right now I'm in the stages of building where I kind of have to. I'm not good enough to design my own stuff and have it. Like, this is what happens when I design my own stuff. It looks bad. I'm in the sketch phase where I just have to sketch over things and learn from that process what makes it look good. Why does it work? And I think I've gotten pretty good at these trees to learn why these look good. Like, this is now my default tree. We're going to build this. It's going to look good. It's going to be great. Though I will say, this one I think I went a little too crazy on. And now I'm just kind of putting leaves down in an orientation. And it feels weird and wacky. So I may blob this one a little bit and put another tree really close by to merge into it to fix that. Because I don't think this one's coming together nearly as well as I would like it to. But that's okay. And then, gentlemen, tomorrow I'm leaving. Going on a trip. Which is kind of exciting. So I'm very excited for that. I'm gonna see my grandparents, which is very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Yeah, we're gonna. You know what? I want to actually do this. I'm for some reason alternating it. Like, I'm not stacking the same color on top of each other as often, and I don't know why. The brain is deciding to do things I don't understand. But hey, I'm just the hand that places the blocks. Gentlemen, do you think that the brain to doing things ratio is like 100% your brain is making all of the decisions and you actually have no part in it? Or is it like a symbiosis where you're actually like figuring out and controlling things as well? And you're like, oh, I want to do this, right? I mean, I guess addiction is your brain taking over and doing whatever it wants because it's doing it by the chemical loadout. If you think about it too hard. Oh boy, gentlemen. You opened a can of worms right there, and we're just gonna leave it open and put it to the side. That's just the way to go. Dagnabbit. Agum spleefed myself, and now I don't remember. I think I wanted to break that one. Oh, well, we're breaking that one. And I also misplaced one below, and I don't remember where it was. I don't remember. Yeah, this side over here, I think, definitely needs blobbing. Needs a little bit of a merge. Oh man, this one's not coming together well. I'm gonna kind of shorten it a little bit. I'm gonna start getting into the into the weeds. Not that kind. Don't worry, it's not that kind. Gentlemen, after playtesting a role-playing game, it's making me want to make my own in a unique manner. And that's the hard part, is how do I make it? Holy crap, that's actually a really bad tree. Alright, we're gonna... Alright, we're gonna blob this tree a lot. Because it looks really, really bad. So we're gonna just, like, straight up put a tree right here. We're gonna put one right next to it and, like, completely overshadow it. Yeah, we're gonna put a short one. I think the top definitely has working. but when I said I want these to be a little bit on the wackier, like I liked the wacky ones. I didn't mean like this. This isn't what I meant. I meant like little doohickeys like that, because that makes it feel more natural, like it's an actual tree. Alright, can I stop misplacing, please? I almost wish there's a mod that would, kind of force place. Um, so that way you get into situations like these, it'll force place the blocks the way they need to be. I don't know, could kind of be cool. Alright, can I not misplace, please? The bush... Okay. The bushy leaves, I think, doesn't help the misplacing, because it's really hard to see where I am actually placing. That's fine. Alright. You know what game I've been really wanting, been really interested in playing now, because I'm seeing it everywhere and it actually looks really fun. Mecha Chameleon looks like a ton of fun to play. I need to get a good game going for that, because I think that could be a blast to play Mecha Chameleon. Like I would. What I'd really love is if I could get my sisters into it, because I think that's actually a kind of game they would enjoy. Especially because they're all artistic in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? They're all much more artistically gifted than I am. So I think that would make it really fun. But unfortunately, per usual, like everything, it doesn't work on Mac. Because why would it work on Mac computers? We're Apple. We're exclusive. We only want you to play our games that don't exist. Anyways, so that's a problem because two of my sisters have Mac computers. Though one of them borrows her husband's computer to play when we played Phasmophobia together. She would borrow her husband's computer to do it. And so that kind of compensated for that. But I think they would really like this game. I think they would have a blast playing it. Heck, even I think it could be a game for the whole family, if I'm being honest. The hard part is obviously the game portion of a game. That's what's always fascinating about people who don't play games, and this kind of includes older generations who just didn't grow up on games the way I did, you know? Like, who just didn't game. It's hard for them to just pick up the concept of playing a game. Not that kind of concept, sorry. Playing a video game, like using a controller, using keyboard, mouse, that concept of being fluid with your fingers on the keyboard or on a controller, doing all of the things, like, yeah. Trying to get that is kind of the hardest part for them, I think. And that's what makes it, challenging to learn how to play a game, is because they just generally don't get the concept of holding a controller in their hand and pressing buttons to do actions, and then, of course, remembering what every single button does, even on the easiest of games, like a game such as Mario Party, which is really basic and has... Even the mini games aren't awfully complicated. Like, it's quite a beginner-friendly video game. Is still a challenge just because that kind of concept doesn't really exist yet. They don't know how to translate muscle reflex to button inputs in a more scientific way of looking at it. You know, because, like, for me, playing Minecraft is muscle memory. I don't need to look at the keyboard at all to play the game. So, I think that's just kind of cool. I need to start shortening this guy, I think. This guy's been going quite long. Kind of slow out there. This one ended up being taller, which is kind of funny. Alright. But I guess I had help, you know what I mean? Because it's growing right next to it. Yeah, that fixes that side so much. It just takes away a lot of the blobbiness. I think, honestly, I think right here, there's just these, like, bits that are too square. I think it's just these areas right here that are just kind of not good. Like, having a little bit of pokey-outy is good. I think there's just too much. That's 2 trees, by the way. 2 trees built. Alright. I'm definitely gonna need another one of these. I'm flying through birch leaves. I'm gonna build 2 more trees, 2 more fully grown trees, which is gonna bring us to a total of 4 trees. We're at 2 right now, yeah. So it'll bring us... Oh, gentlemen. That's not good. Alright. We are actually out of birch leaves completely. So, we need to go resource gathering. We can just leave all of those in there. That's fine. We're going to go back to the birch forest. We're going to collect... I'm going to repair... Actually, hold on. I'm going to repair and grab some more bottles of enchanting, so we actually have something to work with here. I think that would be good. And then we're going to go back to spawn, which is where all the... Well, 0-0. Spawn is technically the mushroom island, but 0-0 is where that stuff is. I forgot how big this place looks. Like, it's kind of bland, but it's also a parking lot. So I think it looks pretty good, like, for the area. Holy crap. I always forget how laggy this place is. I already had started. That's awesome. Alright, gentlemen. I am gonna need to do I'm gonna need to trade. That's something I could probably do often. Y'all don't need to sit through that. This stuff should be done already. I don't look at this stuff. The resource gathering should be done off camera. I'm being honest. Which is good to know, because I'm always like, I need something to do. I don't want to build trees off camera. Because, of course, it's kind of a part of the challenge, so... Don't really want to do that. We definitely want to upgrade these guys to max. get ourselves the... Glowstone and ender pearls are not bad things to have, though. Oh, we're out of emeralds. But I should have enough. I should have enough, enough of this to last me. Ooh, I'm also really low on food. I think I have enough to be fine. We'll be fine. But I'm definitely low. Oh, there's my food. I was like, where'd it go? We could probably put this like that. Alright. Yeah, I don't have any others. Alright, cool. Probably faster to go to this portal. You just gotta know the secret sauce to get into the base. You just gotta know how to do it, you know? You gotta know exactly where to go, when to shift, when not to shift. See, I wasn't a knower. Gotta get through the cracks here, you gotta crawl through. Hopefully nobody has claustrophobia. Yeah, I gotta squeeze through here, gotta go all the way down here past the first iron farm. And then this takes us to the other iron farm. Beautiful little area here. Where did I take damage on, man? Going down. And across. A little national treasure action going over here. Look at this, the first room. There's a clue. Hey, look at that, the clue. Boom. And up to Daisy. The portal. You see, people wanted me to put another way. An easier way up and down. But here's the thing. I decided a while ago, just in general, anytime I build cool pathways, doorways, all of that kind of stuff, I am not going to add another way through. Because, of course, if you're building a gimmick for an area, don't get rid of the gimmick. You know? Alright, back to deforestation, I guess. Wait, hold on. Should I do it over here? Should I move a little bit away? I guess it doesn't matter that much. Deforestation, gentlemen. This is what we're doing. And if I ever need birch wood, I know where to get it. I don't think I'll need birch wood because it's not in my building palette at all. Probably won't need it, but that's fine. Okay. I also, because I really like Elden Ring, would love to design a Souls-like game. But I am not a game designer at all. Tried. That was originally going to be my degree, was in game design. And then I realized I don't like working with computers. So I then said no. And decided not to do that. Like, fair enough. Computers ain't for me. I'm getting a lot of... Granted, I'm right next to an active mob switch, but... Getting a lot of lag here, gentlemen. Lag's not good. And hopefully we don't crash our computer again, I guess. This has been happening a lot. Most unfortunate. Whoa! I was not actually expecting to get up there. I think the lag actually helped me there. Kind of crazy. I should literally just take time to come out here and deforest as much as I can and get, like, several sugar boxes worth. I'm just gonna turn that on because I don't wanna sleep at all. So we're not gonna worry about that. And then, Who goes next? Who should I kill? For remember. Oh, right. We're going to 40 snacks. We're doing 40 snacks. I suppose we're gonna do sewer mode. We're gonna get the Grace in front of 40 snacks. And once we get that, I'm going to do Ronnie's quest to get the Curse Mark of Death. Once we have the Curse Mark of Death, we can then actually, and then we'll go back and do Fia's Champs into 40 snacks. Fia's Champs shouldn't be that much of a, I don't think there'll be a problem. We just spin to win, you know. I'll probably put Godskin Peeler back to Black Flame Tornado, the one I just got, and absolutely smoke them Johns. I'm also always thinking about mini games that I can do to Minecraft, like things that I can build. I want to do like a story-based mini game kind of thing. Maybe there's an Nautilus. For that like big giant facility that I'm making, I want to actually be a game where you explore and, you know, it's a puzzle game kind of thing. Kind of like a Slenderman sort of vibes where you're going through, you're learning about the area. At the same time, not that there's a creature following you, but there are enemies inside of this place, which is why it's abandoned. And you're learning why this scientific facility was abandoned not too long ago. Because then you learn about what they were researching and what that meant, and then what started happening. And I think that'll be kind of cool. But it also would be really cool to create a decked out level sort of game. Not necessarily building a decked out replica, but, you know, just trying to create something that kind of, I don't know. I'm always thinking, like, they're cool concepts. That's the problem. I don't have full games. I have cool gimmicks that I would want to use in a game, but I don't know what the full game is. See, gentlemen, it's not just storytelling. It's things in general. I have cool gimmicks, but no game to implement them into. Don't know why I didn't do the other thing. Hold up. Yeah, I feel like I maybe should have found a different birch forest, but I mean, again, no one's going to be building out here because of that. And the lag kind of tells you why that is, gentlemen. The lag is not in it. It's not thankfully. Thank goodness it's not internet. Struggle busing. It's currently the antenna is currently sitting on top of my microphone. Like, the arm to my microphone, that's where it's sitting. It's pointing directly up. And so far, that has now been the most consistent way to get internet. It used to be magnetized to the leg of my table or the desk. But then would have to keep taking it off, raising it up higher to get a better signal. And then I was like, all right, well, now I think we just need to get the daggum thing higher. And lo and behold, that's exactly what I needed. So, but ideally, it would be worth investing in Ethernet. However, I don't know how to hook that up at all. It could be the easiest thing in the world, but to me, it is extremely complicated. So it's not something I really want to. I don't want to mess with it unnecessarily, you know? But that could be good, because Ethernet means we only lose internet if, like, literally we lose internet. Rather than, it just that you lost signal to your computer because the guy you have is just not working. You know? The router's not the right receiver. That's the word I'm looking for. Receiver is not working. Because it's quite annoying when your receiver just decides to give up. So that's kind of a problem. Ethernet would be good. I definitely think when I have my own place, I will definitely figure out Ethernet and how to set it up. I'll probably ask my computer friend how that would work. And he can probably show me how to set it up. Because I know it's, for the most part, it's plug-in, but I don't know if there are settings that need to be adjusted or how seamless it works. Is it literally you plug in the cable from your computer and then you plug it into your internet router and badoom? Or is it literally plugging it into the internet? You know what I mean? That's the actual cable system that the internet runs on. Fun fact about the internet. A lot of the internet runs under the ocean in, like, cables and not in, like, the cloud. Like, it actually is a more physical thing than I think most people realize. So if you are experiencing internet problems, there's a good chance, like, your actual router is going in and out. There's a good chance that it could just literally be a shark bumping the cable and maybe even gnawing at it and whatnot. That could literally be why you're losing internet, which is really funny to think about, you know? Like, oh yeah, a shark is just gnawing at the internet. Hold on, give me one second. Oh, I didn't do my thing that I needed to do this morning. We'll do it tonight. That's fine. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, all right, thank you very much. In the mornings, I like to work on something more productive. I'm starting small with this kind of schedulized, or trying to build a routine. Well, it'll eventually expand, I hope. But right now I just can't do it for very long. But like, it would be writing, story crafting, etc., something along those lines. Be working on some project that you aren't currently working on because it's the summer, and I'm just mainly just not thinking about it. The biggest one is my thesis. So every morning I've been lining the script to figure out what shots I want in my thesis, and then eventually I'll give that paperwork over to the DP. Granted, lining the script is probably my least favorite part of the paperwork, but it's like the first thing you have to do because it just helps get your ideas down. So I'm not lining it quite properly, but that's because the lined script does not matter, truthfully. Like, to me, it doesn't matter. I'm never going to look at it. I'm never going to use it. I'm going to use shot maps better. Or literally, to a degree, I know what my shot list is. I know what shots I want. So I don't need that, because I can just look at my script and be like, yeah, I'm going to want this, this, and this shot. Like, I definitely know those are the shots that I want. But it helps keep it compiled. So we're doing that, working on that. Once that gets done, I need to make the shot maps. Shot deck. That's the word I'm looking for. I need to make a shot deck, which is just basically in order what are the sequence of events. And usually a lot of times I'll add shots, because as I'm doing it, I think of a shot that isn't currently in the line script because I didn't think of it then. Now that I'm literally drawing out the shot itself, usually I can't draw, so stick figures. But just figuring out exactly what the shot looks like. Kind of cool. You know what I could actually do? I could probably do it in Minecraft. I could probably build it in Minecraft and be like, all right, here's the scene, here are all the shots, and use armor stands to kind of frame it out. And then you can show that to the DP and say, this is what I want the shot to look like. And because if I do it in a 3D software or Minecraft, because I also have Blender, so I could figure out how to do it in Blender, and I could actually more accurately show basically what the entire thesis is going to look like shot by shot, and give a visual representation of what I'm thinking, and then the DP can find, because I'm not good at this, find a better reference for what it would, for a reference of what that looks like in another movie. I'm really bad at that. There's one shot that I can think of that exists in another movie that's inspired by another movie, and that's the scene, if you've ever seen the movie Get Out. It's a scene in Get Out where he knows he's been hypnotized and he's crying. that scene. We're gonna do that because very similar things are happening. Granted, the entire thesis is very much based off of a Jordan Peele. Like, that's kind of the style I'm going for. Jordan Peele thriller. With, of course, my own flair added. I'm not gonna lie, it's simple. It is not a complicated script. It's not complex. And I think, unfortunately, all of my classmates really want complicated and complex and want these super crazy, or otherwise known as the shiny, theses. They want to work on all these crazy projects, and mine just isn't that. I mean, yeah, it's a thriller, but it's simple. Most of the locations I have planned to shoot at my school, just because that's what I visualized when I thought of the story, was at school. There are specific shots that I have in mind for specific locations, so I'm thinking about the location as well. And honestly, I don't really want to use another location. I don't want to use another location for the sake of using another location if it ruins the shot that I have in mind. But I also want my producer, if she so wants, to find cool locations rather than being like, okay, well, it's going to be shot at school, so I mean, that's not complicated. You don't have to worry about any paperwork really for that. Not as much. You know, it's crowd releases and stuff, but otherwise, the actual getting anything is quite easy. Oh, dang it. The getting stuff is quite easy, you know? And, like, for pretty much my entire class, everyone is like, oh, yeah, like, I've had people who have said they're not interested in working on my project because they want to do something more exciting. Granted, that was with a worser script. I had changed my script so many times. But I said once it hits summer, whatever one I had last is the one I'm going to stick to. I definitely think most people probably don't believe in me at all, which is another reason why they didn't want to work for me, because they probably assumed I'm going to be one of the people who's going to bow out and be like, yep, I'm not going to make a thesis. Thought about it just because I knew I wouldn't be able to get a crew, and then I said, frick it, if I have to, I'll make it alone. I'll figure out a way. I'll do it. And then that idea alone got me motivated enough to stick with it, because I thought that would be really funny if I make my entire thesis alone. Thankfully, I don't have to do that. I have the two hardest positions to get. I have a sound guy and a producer. So that's nice. And I got a DP now, which is good. I was afraid I wasn't going to have one, but it wasn't going to be the end of the world. I would just do the DP work. I don't have an AD. AD would be really convenient and really nice to have, but not the end of the world, because I think like that, so that's kind of nice. I have script supervisor, which is useful. More of a convenience than anything else, if I'm being honest. Again, because I naturally think, like, I literally have done scripting professionally now, like, actually. So, there is that. I have actually done it professionally, so I can attest to that. And because of that, I think like a scripty. So, a lot of the scripting things I'm naturally already going to be catching, so I almost hope I miss stuff that my scripty is going to catch just to give her the experience of being a scripty without accidentally taking away by simply just naturally thinking like that. So it's a nice convenience to have. Like, it helps ensure things don't slip through the cracks as much. I have an editor. I always forget I have an editor. I'm not going to lie, because he's obviously a post-production position. So when I'm thinking of, like, on-set people, he doesn't come to mind. But yeah, I have an editor. So that's good. I had a makeup person, and then they threw one of these in my face, so they're like, oh, turns out I double booked, and I accidentally committed to somebody else before yours, so I'm going to bow out. I am going to, for my sanctity of mind, going to believe that that's true, and that they actually had, because there was a whole fair, and that's where I got the scripty and the hair and makeup person. There was a whole fair for theses. So they were one for the person, and I know people signed up for more than one thing. Some people probably signed up for all of them and were waiting for, basically the best offer. Of course, my email first and foremost was you're not getting paid, and that pretty much weeded out almost everybody. But I still got I got a scripty out of it, and I almost had a hair and makeup / wardrobe person. But I no longer do. Wardrobe, I'm not concerned about. That's just keeping track of outfits and stuff. Heck, I may even put my scripty on that and be like, hey, just watch out for wardrobe. It sucks because that's more of their job. And personally, having done it professionally, really, really hard to keep track of continuity and everything, and wardrobe continuity. But hey, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. You know, you just kind of have to deal with it. So yeah. So I would love to get a hair and makeup person. Honestly, that position is actually one I quite, not desperately, but I mean kind of desperately need out of all positions. Hair and makeup is by far the most necessary because I literally have a bloodied character, or at least somebody who fell down the stairs, so they're gonna have bruising and other gashes and whatnot. Like, I want them to look beat up. I can't do any of that. The only other person I can really look to is probably my producer, just because she's a girl, so she's probably dealt with makeup before and knows how to use the equipment. I don't. I don't think anybody else on my crew would. Maybe the scripty would know how to use. I would assume, again, she's a girl as well, so probably knows how to use makeup utensils. But I don't think they're makeup artists. Oh, I don't know how good they would be able to make a realistic-looking bruise. And gashing and all of that. Like, actually make it look good. And look realistic is the other thing. Like, I would rather not have it than have something that doesn't look realistic. Because I can hide it. I can hide them, you know? So there is that to it. I can definitely work with that and hide a lot of the people and hide that character completely. Obviously I need a child actor, so that's going to be challenging. I'm going to trust in my producer. I'm not going to leave her abandoned when it comes to like finding crew and cast. More of what I need her for is locations, budgeting, crafty, watching out for crafty, and food and all of that. I honestly think food is not going to be as much of an issue. My mom, I live with my parents, so I'm probably going to have my mom make homemade meals. And if I have a small crew, that also means it's naturally a cheaper crew because they don't need as much food, they don't need as much crafty, so we're kind of doing good. And honestly, probably one of those things that I'm going to do is, like, we have limited crafty. Like, try not to gorge yourselves on crafty. If you can, bring your own snacks with you and kind of have crafty as, like, a last minute. You're starving Marvin, you need something to eat something at crafty. But otherwise, try not to decimate the crafty. By the way, crafty is the food. Not like the meals, but like snacks. That's crafty. So, fun fact about film sets, most of your budget is going to be going to food and to crafty, which is more food. Because, as you'd expect, people eat a lot. So that's something to be concerned about. Sandwiches is a really good way to go. Thankfully, we're in low budget land and non-union, so we don't have to worry about a lot of the health violations that we're going to commit on small budget land, or AKA student film land, which is technically you're not supposed to do multi-served meals. Like, it has to be pre-packaged. This is like union rules. Got to be pre-packaged, all that kind of stuff. Probably not going to worry about that. Most likely for crafty, I'm going to get like Oreos that are multi-grab. Or like the shareable size. Like, I'm going to get those because it's cheaper. It should hopefully last longer. That's actually what I did on when I was producer for my crew. I got Oreos and cookies that were shareable sizes and not individual packets because it's cheaper. And unfortunately, money talks. And I'm going to have a low budget for my thing unless I can get funding. Then maybe I might have a chance to get something else. I actually did have somebody reach out who was interested in being AD but they needed to be paid, and I don't think I can pay them. But I've been continuously forgetting to reach back out just to see what their price would be, because there's like a sliver of a chance if it's cheap enough, maybe. But to be perfectly honest, for a set PA, the standard price is usually like $200 a day. I can't afford it. I can do like, it has to be less than $50 a day to actually be able to feasibly afford the person, and everything else. Now, again, if I get some incredible funding, then maybe. Probably what I'm going to do when it comes to funding is like, hey, lend me money. If I use it, I use it. If not, I'll give it back to you. And I'll use my money first. I'll use the $2,000 that I'm putting into it personally first. But if we need the other stuff, we can do that. Dang it. So yeah. Oh, I guess another thing with the line script that I'm not doing is I don't need to sleep. With the line script, I'm not showing there are a few shots that I want to get that kind of use visual effects that I can't do because of, like, you can't fit the camera in the space required for the effect. One of them is I want to go from elevator to old home, and I want to go left to right dolly move. But you obviously can't do that without building a set of both locations. So I would love to make a Gaussian splat of both locations and then have our character, or our actress walking, or running, I guess, running across a green screen and then compositing it. Basically, that's what I want to do. But I don't know how good it's going to look, so I am going to make backups, basically. Like, alright, well, if this doesn't work, we'll do this instead to compensate for the lack of work that this is doing. And have, like, there are other ways, and I'm going to put that in, like, the shot deck. Shot deck's not the right word. It's really not. Shot maps is also the wrong word, because that's a different thing. So I can't think of what the right word for what I'm thinking of is. Now it's bugging me. Storyboard is kind of what it is. I don't think that's the right one either, but it's it's closer and more accurate to what like to give you a better visual. A storyboard of what's gonna happen. Because a storyboard is literally every cut, basically, whereas what I'm doing is just a visual representation of the shots. Maybe it is a shot. Because then I also need to do blocking maps, and then the DP is going to then take the blocking maps and make his camera maps, and then ideally the gaffer would make gaffing maps. I don't have a gaffer yet. That's another one, is getting a grip and electric person. Don't have anybody. I'm going to put posters up for people, like all around campus. Slap them on the walls. And see what happens. So who knows? Maybe somebody's going to see it and be like, oh yeah, I can do that. Like, I could be a lighting, like somebody who has experience lighting, or at least something. Really, it's at this point, like, I need something. My sound guy was on the electric team, so like I'm probably gonna rely on him if I don't get somebody to kind of spearhead that. Because bad lighting, gentlemen, bad lighting, like right now, in this room, bad lighting just doesn't look good, and it really diminishes stories, which is unfortunate. Like, you could have the best story, you could have everything else really good, great cinematography, but if the lighting's bad, womp womp, you know what I mean? It's not gonna work out for you. So, that's kind of something we gotta worry about. My lighting isn't great, but I mean, the DP, the sound guy, and I will kind of probably be spearheading that. It's gonna be an all hands on deck kind of set. Everyone is gonna help with everything. Our scripties and our hair and makeup person, ideally we get somebody, are all going to help with every bit of the set. Now, one thought that I had that I think would be really funny, would be if I could convince my eldest sister, who's really good at makeup, at least on herself, if I could convince her, because it's really close to Thanksgiving, convince her to come down for Thanksgiving and come those weeks early, be my hair and makeup person, um, and then of course stay for Thanksgiving and then go back home. That would be really funny. I don't think that's gonna be possible though, because they just bought a house and most likely they won't be able to afford it. But it would be really cool if I could do that. Um, Otherwise, I don't know who else I can turn to. Also, I mean, if the, like, yeah, just kind of have to figure out who's going to be a hair and makeup. I really need a hair and makeup person, so I'm probably going to find wherever the cosmetology, I think. That's more hair than it is makeup, but, like, wherever that department at school is at, I'm going to put posters up for a hair and makeup person. Be like, hey, are you really good at makeup and, like, probably, like, the arts portion of the school as well for that kind of stuff. Be like, hey, are you just really good at makeup and are you a really good makeup artist? I'm looking for somebody who can make bruising and um, cuts and all of that kind of stuff. Can you do it? Need somebody. Either that or learn and practice myself. You know what I mean? Like, straight up borrow my mother's makeup and learn how to make a bruise and try to make a realistic bruise on myself and walk around with it and see if anyone believes that it's real, or if they look at it and they, their brain is telling them bruise, but it obviously doesn't look right, and so they're like, what's going on up there? And it's like, okay, well, that is it. But you'd want people to be like, bro, what happened? And you're like, it's makeup. It's not real, gentlemen. It's fake. That's where you want to get. You don't want people to realize that it ain't real. Keep the illusion alive. But I'm not that skilled. As I just mentioned, I am not an artist. This is a problem. Um, so yeah. What is this notification? Nothing popped up. Oh, you know what it probably is? Hold on. Sorry. Discord notification goes off. I get distracted. Not where I was thinking the Discord notification was going to come from. All right, it's absolutely pointless. Nothing that I'm getting from Discord is useful information. All right. That's basically what it is. There's another part of me that's tempted if I get money for like a large enough funding that I could afford to like hire people to actually hire a grip and gaffer duo that was really good on the last set that I was on and just hire them. I think that would be really funny. Just because like it'd be really funny. It'd be really, really funny. Here's this part of me, alright? This is where I actually get motivation from, okay? It's not like actual success, but it'd be really funny if out of everyone in my class, I get successful. I actually make it into the industry and start doing crazy things and actually like work with crazy people, direct. And one thing I know I want to do is if I work with somebody I like, I want to bring them onto the project that I'm working with. So it'd be really funny if everyone that I work with on my thesis, I at some point in their lives offer and slash bring them onto a project that I'm either working on or directing or something like that. producer is the only one that's, like, really hard to kind of bring somebody on for that, but, I mean, if they're like, "We need somebody to be an assistant to the producer." Like, I hear that there's just like, you eavesdrop. You get really good at that as a scripter. You eavesdrop that somebody's like, "Hey, we need," our producing team is lacking a little bit, and our producers are just kind of swamped. They kind of need an assistant to help out with stuff. I would be like, yeah, I know somebody who's actually pretty good, or something like that, and bring in my producer, or like, let's say they need a sound guy, and I'm like, hey, I know a sound guy, or I know a DP, or you need a first AC, first assistant camera. Yeah, I know a guy. So I think that'd be really funny, and then like watching me, people would watch me rise to success, and then be bringing all of the people I worked with me, and just imagining the look on their face when they said and didn't show interest, or like saw that I needed help but decided not to help, kind of vibes where it's, I see that you need this position filled, but I don't really want to work on your thesis. It's a boring thesis. It's whatever the reason may be. Whatever the reason may be. They just don't want to go. They just don't want to work on it. Fair enough. You can do whatever you want. And now they're like, I should have. Because I didn't believe in them. And I'm going to be honest. I probably only got there through prayer. And not through hard work or anything. Just a lot of prayer. And God got me across the finish line, That's the part of me that's motivated. Not because I'm actually like, oh yeah, I want to do something crazy, but because it's like, I want to be successful, basically to rub it in everyone else's face. Like, hey, look at me. I made it. You didn't believe in me. I didn't either, but I made it. I don't know, man. I think it'd be funny. Because then you got like a whole lot of people who I'm like, I know you. So like, I could have brought you with me. I know what you can do. But I didn't. You didn't work with me. You didn't want to work with me. So why would I want to work with you now? Because at that point, I don't care how skilled you are. I care how well I can work with you. How well you work with other people. That's the most important skill you can get. Is just being able to work well with other people. You do that really well. You'll pretty much make it anywhere. Let's be honest. If you can work well with other people, you'll make it anywhere. And that means working well with people who don't work well with people, Working well with pain in the butts. You're going to have to work with difficult people all the time. You're never going to escape it. The only way you're going to escape it is if you literally start your own production company with all the people that work really well together, and there's guarantee of money. And it's literally just you and this one crew that just makes movies together. And all of you chip in together to create the ideas for the movies. I think, honestly, that I think is truly my dream. Is to get to a position where I am working with a bunch of really talented people, and we all just kind of collectively agree, like, hey, what if just this group of people, what if we just make movies together? Why go through the hassle of, like, getting extra people and hiring all these people? Let's just make movies together, just us. I think that'd be great. And we just keep expanding the team. And I guess to a certain degree, yeah, you kind of have to hire out, especially if you have bigger budgets. But like, you just like, what if we just made movies? Like, seriously. I'm pretty sure my producer is interested in making their own production company. So it's like, I would honestly love to be a part of that. Because I also would love to have my own production company. But I don't necessarily need to be the one running it or starting it. If I'm working with somebody who has a similar vision to mine, I'm pairing up with them. I know I'm not very good at many things, so I find people who are good at things and try to pair myself with them. Now, it's not really work, because most people don't want to pair themselves with me, because usually I don't have anything to offer them. So it's literally, I'm like a leech. I'm just leeching off of what they can do. I'm like, oh, you can draw? Well, I'm going to leech off of you because I need that skill, you know? I'm always wanting animators. Because I would love to know how to do it, but I can't draw for squat. Can't even draw boxes in proportion very well. It doesn't look good. So this is the predicament. We're gonna do this bunch of trees, and that should be it. And we'll build ourselves 2 more full-grown trees, and then we'll put 2 fence trees. And that should be good enough for the trees. And then once we're done building the trees, we'll see how much. Because it's either end on the trees and we start whenever I get back and can start playing again with Elden Ring, or we play Elden Ring, but that means we'll probably be starting the next stream with trees. Maybe. I guess if I do the questing and stuff, there's a possibility I'll be fine, because I'll be in low scaling areas. And Fortisax ain't that bad. Thieves Champs ain't bad if you're high enough scaled. Fortisax, I think, will be pretty chill. I think I'll melt his health bar. Like, actually, I'll just melt it. Alright, gentlemen. Let's build trees. Let's get to it. I will have to... Honestly, while I'm at vacation, this is a good task to do. Is just collecting leaves indefinitely, man. It's kind of what you gotta do. Bro, but if I could convince... Okay. I'm back to this. If I could convince my sisters to get Mecha Chameleon, I think that would be so much fun. I really wanted them to get Repo. Because I thought that would be really fun. As if we all got Repo. But I think it's more fun for me to watch them struggle. Whereas, like, Mecha Chameleon, they can at least, like... Movement's pretty simple. Actually, movement's not that simple. It's a little funky because it's, you know, you're crawling on walls and stuff. So it's not as easy to understand, unfortunately. We're a little low on resources. But I think we have enough for 2 full growns. We'll definitely need more of those. I don't know why. Oh, to place down the shoulder. That's why I did that. Gentlemen, I answered my own question. 2 more trees. Actually, there was a tree design that I had in mind that I really wanted to try. Which was one that was, like, over here, but actually, like, put a lot of the leaf over this side and almost make it look like it's bending over. Like the tree is lopsided. It's really hard to tell how much is left in this thing. 13.5 fluid ounces. I'm not going to do that. That's going to take too much thought. And I don't want to put that much thought into it. I want to stop thinking. Alright, right here. Gonna do a little short guy. I do think I want to play some more Elden Ring, though. I do kind of want to work on the quests. I kind of enjoy just running around, getting things started and progressed. Making progress, to me, is quite enjoyable in Elden Ring. Like, some people probably really enjoy fighting the bosses. I'm like, nah, man. I like getting my build set up. That, to me, is kind of fun. Is getting my character. Whoa. Is getting my character set up and ready to go. Oh, okay. Here's a funny little story. Right. I'm playing, or I'm actually not even playing Elden Ring. I'm watching Elden Ring. I'm watching Bushy play Elden Ring. All right. And my dad looks over at it and is like, "Oh, that looks fun." I'm like, "Okay, gentlemen, video." I actually have a video idea off of that, right? Which is basically the same concept as this one, but instead of me playing the game, my dad plays the game. And the goal is to have my dad beat a boss, I think. I think I think any high scaled boss is gonna be way too hard. So I don't think that will be enjoyable to do. Now, if he beats the boss really easily, we can keep going. And it's not going to be I don't want to do like a beat your head against the wall kind of thing. I kind of want to teach him about the game, teach him the ways of Elden, right? And maybe he's going to turn around and be like, yeah, this sucks. I don't know why I wanted to do this. And like, we tried a cool video idea, and that's that. Um, but kind of teaching him what things do, and then kind of just being a guide and being like, okay, well, you have this kind of weapon which has this unique thing, like for example, bleed. So let's work on a build that's going to maximize your damage on bleed and finding that. And here is an item in the game, like a talisman that'll help you do that. So let's go get that and like try to get to those places and stuff, um, and all that kind of stuff. Um, Rick won't count for the boss. I'm thinking Beast, Bofa is probably a good boss to is always a good boss to be like a good actual start boss. Not the tutorial boss. That's too easy. But we'll definitely put him into the tutorial. Have him do that. Oh shiz. I think we'll definitely do that. But I think that could be kind of fun. Because I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just a little confident. Now that the build is like kind of going, I feel pretty confident that I can beat Elden Ring and kill all 26 remembrances. Um, that I feel like will be pretty fine. I killed Melania without a summon. Like I feel like killing her with this build, it will probably be hard because the build is honestly pretty difficult to get the hang of. Because you really have to understand stamina consumption and be watching that, and I'm not. And I think sometimes I think that again I'm remembering that I think it's I keep dying because I'm not dodging because I don't have the stamina to dodge in that moment, and I'm not looking at my stamina bar. But I need to have a general concept of stamina while playing so I can ensure that I don't make these mistakes. I need to start, I think, shortening this one up. That's all I'm thinking about. Dang it. So, yeah. But I think that could be kind of fun. If we still have forest that needs to be built, um, we can then... say every time my dad dies in Elden Ring, I have to build a tree. And his goal is he has to defeat one boss. Now, if he does it really well, maybe we'll have to up the ante and we'll have him defeat Margit. Or I feel like, depending on how well he does, we could even up the ante all the way to he has to kill a remembrance, not Melania or PCR. Those are not going to be in the field. Trust, gentlemen, I don't have that much faith that he'll be able to defeat a boss like that. Like I think he might have fun, but I don't know. His favorite game that he's played so far is Super Smash Bros. Out of all the games I've had him play, Super Smash Bros. Is his favorite, which is kind of funny. And he's honestly not terrible. Like he mashes, but to a degree, he understands the general flow of the game. The issue is that the buttons are quite different, which is going to be unfortunate because I'm realizing Super Smash Bros. Your attack buttons, um, that right there is not good looking. Hold up, that is not doing it. Hold on. Hold on. We gotta kind of shave it a little bit, kind of fix it. I think it could be kind of fun to get the dad gameplay in there. I think that could make for a pretty fun video. And I feel like this challenge is quite unique in of itself. Like you're not gonna find many crossover streamers that are gonna play multiple games per se. And so I feel like this is a really unique challenge because it spans the distance of multiple games, and you don't get that very often. Where you have people who play, like, sure, you have people that play multiple games, but like crossing over those games and having a challenge where it's like, oh yeah, if I die, I have to build a tree in Minecraft is such a unique concept. Like I don't know. I feel like I've never really seen anybody do this. Like, I guess people have done like every time you die, you do something. Like that idea in of itself isn't new, but choosing to have it affect another game, I think is kind of fun. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty cool. And I think the video is gonna be pretty good. I'm quite excited for the video. In fact, I should probably start editing the video and start actually working on the video itself because I realized I haven't. Um, and there's a lot of footage to go through, so I need to create an intro. That's step one. I need to create an intro sequence for it, and being like, because I think the intro. I'm gonna reuse the footage of me for the last, like, for the video I was supposed to make regarding this forest. I'm gonna reuse that information and be like, all right, so this forest looks pretty bad. So to fix it, I'm giving myself a challenge because I also really want to get better at Elden Ring. So every single time I die in Elden Ring, I have to build a tree in Minecraft. Something like that. I think it'd be kind of fun. We will keep face cam off for videos. I personally don't like videos that have face cam unless it is a stream. Like that's kind of the only time I don't like, because of course Bushy content, he I mean his are always edited from live streams, so it works for his style. But for mine, obviously the live stream portions are going to be that way, but any Minecraft, not in this video because I'm not having any Minecraft portion in the video other than the flashbacks, but That's 4 trees. And then we're going to make 2 more out of fences. Fence trees. But I'm going to need more fences. Looking good. I'm excited for the floor of the forest when we get there. I will say I'm a little worried for after I complete the forest, what the next project I'm gonna work on will be. I'm out of. Well, I have more of this, which is good. Give me that. Actually, give me all that birch again. That I don't. I'm gonna turn all of this into sticks. I'm gonna turn all of this into fences. Get a ton of them. Yeah, see, it just takes a little too long to get to what I'm looking for with this storage system. So I definitely think after I get this forest done and this kind of part of the video done, I think I want my next project to be is somewhere new to put um somewhere new to put the a new storage system, which is not going to be automatic in any way. It's going to be completely manual because that's how I like my storage systems. It's faster. All right, that's 2 more trees right there. Look at that. There's a lot of these. All right. 3:30. I actually don't know if I'm playing volleyball today because one of the people that usually goes, and I'm assuming in conjunction his brother, sounds like they are not going to go because he isn't as interested. I'm assuming the brother won't have a ride otherwise. So we have to that's right. 42. So we did 6 more, so we're at 48. Go back to Minecraft. 48. Back to ER. Perfect. So we'll see, because if not, then I can play longer, but I probably won't. Oh, stream is struggle busing right now. Internet's going low. All right, we're good. Right, I have to fight Sewer Moog. There's a Grace right before him, so we'll get it at that. I didn't already get. Oh, I did already get that. Okay. I already have been. Right, because I had to kill Esger. That's right. I had to kill Esger for Lord of Bloods. Alright, so this doesn't go anywhere, right? This is only unlockable from the other side. But now there is a skip here, gentlemen. That's not the skip. That's... just in case. Okay. That's not the way. That's not the way. It's not the skip. Hold up. That's not the skip. Actually, I think it's just YAA. Just bam, bam. Yeah. So it's pop, 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 pop. Okay. That's what we have to do. We don't have to go to round table. I'm just more used to that, but I think the other way is going to be better for us. I'm going to grab both of these just in case I have to fight something along the way. Wrong way. I don't want to die to fall damage, but this is a really, really useful skip to know. I don't actually think this guy is aggro by default. Even if I'm, like, right here. The initial Y didn't go. Okay, well, I have a lot more time to do it if I mess it up. I'm supposed to jump, and I pressed B to jump. Gentlemen, B is not the button to jump. We're gonna get 5 trees just off of this skip. Okay, that is the right way. But this is very useful to know and very good to know, and I need to learn how to do it. So we're going to do it even if it costs us several trees. I've done it before. I just don't know it in my bones. I don't have the muscle memory for it yet. So it's going to be a lot of failures before I can actually get it, like, consistently. I need to jump forward, punch to kind of centralize the stuff. It's literally right into this corner. Like, it's not even that far. It's literally into that. See, gentlemen? That's how it's done. That's how it's done. 1 death to do it, but that's fine. We got there. We got there in the end. Okay. Suamog. I don't have enough for that. So... I'm gonna put these on standard because they're gonna do more damage, and sewer mode can't be bled, so there's no point in having a bleed build. He can't be bled. That's not gonna stop us from drinking everything. Granted, our physic is multi-hit. All right, gentlemen. Oh, I went way too soon. Oh, I can't jump during that. Yeah, you're right. Alright. Has damage? I did not know that that had a hitbox. Right, that has a hitbox. Alright. I'm gonna just raw dog it and just take the damage. Didn't die though, didn't die. That could have been cleaner. That could have been way cleaner, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll take it. We'll take it. Alright. Almost at 60, then we can start going on the other one. So I believe there's a way to get to deep root depths. Somewhere. Might be here. I don't know if this is right. I don't know how to do it. Well, I've done that before, but I know where that leads, and that's not deep root depths. How to get to deep root depths via sewer mode. That's 2 trees off of fall damage. Cathedral of the Forsaken. Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, gentlemen, I have to go down this way. This is the way. I have to get to the bottom, which is unfortunate because this is really, really hard to do and going to kill me several times, probably. I like how most of these deaths are going to be due to platforming. Than actually killing bosses. No. Dang it. That's gonna be so annoying. We love platforming in Elden Ring. Best gimmick. No, NPC fights. By far. 3 trees, just to fall damage. We have to build 3 trees just because we keep dying to fall damage. This is amazing. So annoying. There's like you have no momentum in the air. I wish I could just say that I just don't, during sections like these, you just don't. Was this worth it? Should I have, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I should have gone Valiant Guards. I think I would have had a better chance at surviving and getting there by doing Valiant Guards than trying to do this. Okay, there we go. Play it safe. Walk down. Okay, there we go. Alright. There we go. 4 trees off of fall damage. I love the Elden Ring sessions where just the start of it is just... yeah. So apparently there is hidden path to the left. There we go. Oh, there we go. Seriously? Are you... Alright. That's 5 trees to fall damage. I should have said fall damage doesn't count. I die to fall damage more often than I die to bosses. I literally do. I guess I'm going down here then. Now what? Six trees to fall damage. This was not the way. Why did I decide to go this way? I think I still have a better chance of dying less by not going this way. Because I need to get onto that branch. Here, let me not be on torrent, because I'm going to walk off the edge trying to look. How the frick do I get over there? Because I need to be on that branch right there. And I jumped to it, and I died. Alright, so let's go down here. And then let's go this way. Okay. Go this way. Okay. Go this way. Okay, we didn't die. Dang it! Now I have to do it all over again. I wish I had a free cam. So now I have to do it all over from this point. Oh, for goodness sakes, I hate this so much. This kind of stuff is just not fun. This is the part of challenges that is just so not fun. How do I get down there without dying? Please, please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't be an idiot. Please stop. Please. This was not worth it. This rooting was not worth it in the slightest. Because I ended up right where I would have if I had done Valiant Gargs, and I probably wouldn't have died 7 times of fall damage. I guess one of those was Sewer Mode. No, I didn't die to him at all. All 7 deaths were to fall damage of some kind. And now I'm down here. I thought there was a way higher, like up there, but I don't know how to get there. Seven deaths to just fall damage. It's gonna be a compilation of me dying to fall damage. Who knew I'd be starting the next stream with 7 trees? Just because I died to fall damage 7 times. Took me long enough, but eventually, I got the grace that I needed to get this whole time. Alright. Ronnie. Now, we're very high scaled, so this shouldn't be problematic. And this hopefully will get us to 60 vig as well. This is the goal. Because then we can finally start leveling damage. And then, gentlemen, will be juicy. Surprised that didn't hit me. Loretta really shouldn't be a problem. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not really worried about Loretta. I do some chunking damage, right? Oh, I saw the inside of the wolf's eyes. I was something to behold for sure. And these jits are still after me. Get schmoo. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that's how that was gonna go down. You didn't really stand a chance there now, did you? Oh, wow, that... Holy... You know you're in a low-scaled area when... Friggin... Hello? Alright. Ronnie's this one. That's Alexis. It's the one with the dragon guard. Yeah. Oh, thank you for that. Much appreciated.
Thou must have, though I have no intrigue. wilt thou end? I am the wood that I might well. I see thou art but I require anticipate. Good art thou it left of go there to like thee heed not. I'm sure. Like thee heed not. I'm sure.
And now do I have to talk to the dudes? Or... That's cool. You can see my shadow there. I ain't risking it for the biscuit. I know I'm going to die if I drop down there. I'm not getting 8 trees to fall damage. And the trees started looking worse today, which is a little annoying. Because I don't know what I'm necessarily doing that differently. Yeah, now I gotta talk to everybody.
You've defeated Grand again, the Kari and I, together.
I don't know what since I asked. Human pain should, if it were up to but who. Human pain should, if it were up but who.
Ooh, don't friggin' jump out the edge, dude. I died of fall damage one more time. I'm gonna friggin' crash out.
I shall soon, and it will be this doll's still. I look, and it will be. I have high look for.
Want to go to right? Yeah. This will give us the Finger Slayer blade. Right, no, it wasn't this one. It's Night Cycle Grounds. I think it's that one. It is. I don't know where the Sophia River map is. It's not this, is it? No. Where does this lead? I always forget where this leads. I always use this as like a quick escape. Oh, it just leads back here. Alright. I don't know how I should finish this game. I've done the madness. I've done regular. I'm just mending the Elden Ring. And I've done the madness ending. I kind of want to do the Ronnie ending. I think that could be kind of fun. Either that or the mending rune. The death mending rune. But I don't remember what else is needed for that. If I have to give it to somebody.
Not even in my. It is in my thanks soon. My thanks.
Thank
A strange.
you.
I must thank you, Mail. It was.
Okay. We're gonna get everything ready to do Fia's champs. And Fortisax. And then we'll rip Fortisax. That'll give us another remembrance. We will Also, I think after Fortisax is just kind of ripping bosses at that point. We'll do all base game, but the last two. Then we'll move on to DLC. So that way we can be pretty leveled up for DLC. And start ripping bosses in there. We don't need anything from DLC, though. That's kind of nice. However, I don't know... I'm playing it safe. I don't want to die to fall damage one more time. No. These frickers, dude. I tell you what. Trying to kill me at every step, dude. They really want me to die to fall damage. Oh, I can't use Torrent. I didn't know I could use Torrent on this bridge. Bye. You tried. You tried. I commend you for that. Almost done. There's a little bit more setup required. Once we get Curse Mark, we'll go over to Fia's Champs. And that's where we're at. With 7 trees that we have to build on the next stream. I don't really know why I keep getting all these races, because I don't really need them. But, you know, it's one of those where I'm here, I might as well light them. Who knows, I might randomly jump off the edge for some reason. Hello, Ronnie. Dead as dead can be, eh? Is this where I want to be? I can't remember without a map, so I thought that's where that would be. So we want to be across the woods, I think. Alright. We should be able to do this safely. Yeah. Okay. Making sure everything's fine. Alright. We can end the recording. Let's see. Spell it right, that'd be nice. He is live, gentlemen. He's also dying. He just died. That's not a good look. Part of me is really tempted to do to raid this guy. The other part of me doesn't want to. Nah, I won't worry about the raid. All right, that's gonna be it. Bye.